Hello guys, and welcome to Astrology Coaching by Anna. Hello guys, and welcome to Astrology Coaching by Anatoly. Today I decided that we can make one small video, not so it will be a little bit long, but still it is about retrograde Mars. I'm shooting the video in August and I'm going to publish it maybe at the beginning of October, but still I want to have such a video about retrograde Mars and what will be the effect for all ascendants and moon signs, of course according to Vedic astrology. So first I have my hints here. What is Mars? Mars is aggression, Mars is violence, Mars is ambition, Mars is a fighter, cut, bruises, weapons, guns, what else? Mars is siblings, Mars is lands. So everything this and sex passion, sexual passion, the sex activity is Mars. And this is the signification of this planet. And Aries is the baby of the zodiac belt. Aries is again ambition, Aries individuality. Whenever, maybe you don't know yet because I didn't publish this video, but whenever Aries is in your chart, there you can find your individuality. So if you want to know what I am, what the answer of the question, who am I? Then you have to check where is your Aries in your chart, and through this house you'll find your individuality. So Aries is the baby, Aries is childlike, Aries is ambition, Aries is a fighter, Aries is competition, sport, athletes. This is Aries. Aries is ego too, individuality, leader. Wants to be the boss, wants to dictate everything, doesn't want to listen to anybody, wants to start. This is the initial first house in the zodiac. What is Pisces? Pisces is illusion, Pisces is spirituality, Pisces is dreams, Pisces is everything behind the scene, Pisces is different distance places, far away places, the next dimensions is Pisces. Pisces is some kind of addiction too, because it's 12th house, the original 12th house in the zodiac. Pisces are idealistic. Pisces wants to escape from reality. I'm telling about Aries and Pisces because Mars will start its retrogression from Aries and it will proceed in Pisces. But during this transition there will be something will happen. There is some kind of term in Vedic astrology which is Gandanta. This means drowned. Whenever a planet is in the last zodiac degrees of water sign and the first degree of fire sign, it is the Gandanta, and it is very weak, it is drowned. And many people who have Gandanta planets in their natal chart, they have to be very careful with water because they may die through drowning, or there can be some cases where almost died because of drowning. So you have to check this in your natal chart. If there are Gandanta 29 degrees, for example, of water sign, 1 degree of fire sign, this is Gandanta. Okay, first, when we're speaking about retrograde planets and their transit, I have to explain something. Not everybody will feel the effect of the retrogression. First, because you have to know your natal chart. This is very important. You have to know the natal chart. You have to know where will be this Mars passing through. It is very important whether it will be passed through your first house and 12th house, or 6th house or 7th house. It will be totally different. Knowing your chart, you have to know whether your Mars is transiting over other planets. It is different effect if Mars is transiting in a house where there are no planets in your natal chart, and it is very different if Mars is transiting over your moon, for example. This is different thing and different effect. The other very important thing is you have to check whether you are in a Mars dasha or sub-dasha or sub-sub-dasha. If you are not in a Mars dasha, maybe you will not feel at all that Mars is retrograde, because the dasha is the thing that triggers the events in your life. If in your dasha there is no Mars, maybe you feel maybe you can feel some kind of not very calm. You can feel some aggression in yourself, but nothing serious. Okay, this is very important. And the other thing is the points that Mars gives in the house that is passing through, that is transiting. If Mars gives low points, this means that the events that can happen are not very nice. There can be bad events. But of course you have to have your astrology software, or you can ask some Vedic astrologer to give you more information about that. Okay? So when Mars is retrograde, this means that everything will be, the signification of the planet will be, in Vedic astrology, retrograde planets are even stronger, but they act strange, okay? They are not acting in the same way. When Mars is retrograde, all the aggression will come towards you, and it is not good time to be aggressive with other people. It's not good time for competition. It's not good time for starting, for fighting, for wanting to be the king, to be the winner. It is time to look at yourself, to look at your soul, and not get into conflicts or new investments or new big changes. Of course, everything depends on your natal chart. I just want to underline that because this is very important. Okay. So now we are going to discuss all the ascendants and retrograde Mars. So if you have ascendant in Aries, this means that Mars is a very important planet. I forgot to say, if you have ascendant Mars or Scorpio, this means that you have to be more careful, because your lord of the chart, because Mars is your ruler of the chart, is retrograde. So you have to be more careful here. So if you have ascendant Aries, this means that Mars will be retrograde in your first house and your 12th house. So at this time you don't take very important decisions. Be careful with your health, with your body, not to get injured, because first house is you, your personality, your body, and 12th house is loss, expenditure, hospitals, and foreign lands. It's not good to go in foreign lands at this time. When a planet is Gandanta, this can cause a lot of climate changes. I mean, a lot of floods, a lot of rain, a lot of drowning everywhere. So maybe there will be tough raining seasons, or a lot of water around the world. And what is the English word? A lot of drowning. I mean, a lot of floods. Yes. So you have to be careful with your health, not to get injured, not to get any kind of surgery, because you go to the hospital. 12th house is the hospital. Taurus people. For Taurus people, Mars will be retrograde in your 12th house and your 11th house. This means that there can be some kind of loss of income or changes of your income. You should be careful how to speak, how you treat the other people, and you have to pay attention to your inner world. Maybe there will be some problem with the foreign lands, and this can bring loss of income. But remember, you need to know your chart and your dasha. This is very important. So this is just a general explanation of retrogradation of Mars. For Gemini people will have retrograde Mars in the 11th house and the 10th house. This can cause problems with your work. You have to be careful with your bosses. You have to be careful with your professional circles. No aggression, no competition in this time. Pay attention to your inner world. Pay attention to you and your development. It's not time to have battles, okay? For Cancer people, Mars will be retrograde in the 10th and 9th house. Be careful again with your work environment, with your bosses. Be careful with your father. It's not time to argue about religion, beliefs, or some kind of, I don't know, some kind of philosophy or belief system. Be careful, don't argue about that. And be careful with your higher education too. For Leo people, Mars will be retrograde in your 9th house and 8th house. 9th house is again education, religion beliefs, father. And 8th house is health, unexpected events, accidents. So be careful with the accidents, be careful with your father, be careful with your belief system, but basically be careful with your health. And 8th house is a bad house, so you should be careful about that. It is house of death and rebirth and accidents. So Mars, the planet of aggression, can lead to a lot of aggression and a lot of problems within your home or within your health. For Virgo ascendant, Mars will be retrograde in your 8th house again and in your 7th house. Problems with your partner, quarrels, arguments, conflicts, problems with the family of your spouse. Again, Virgo people have to be careful with their health and with accidents. If you are a driver, please be careful when you are driving, okay? Or if you are a sportman, you are doing some kind of sports, or you are an athlete, be careful because this can cause some kind of injury. For Libra people, Mars will be retrograde in your 7th house, which is the spouse house, the marriage house, and 6th house. Conflicts, enemies, divorce. Be careful if you have problems with your partner. This time will be very tricky. This can lead to breakup, separation, or even divorce. Scorpio people, Mars will be retrograde in your 6th house and your 5th house. There can be problems with children, problems with love and romance, problems with your health or professional environment. I mean, you don't have to fight with your colleagues, to fight with the people you see every day. You need to pay attention to your health and your everyday life and environment. 6th house is the house of conflicts, daily life and health. So Mars here can cause a lot of issue, and of course 5th house is the house of children too, so, and love and romance, so there can be issues, problems in these fields. So for Sagittarius people, Mars will be retrograde in the 5th house and the 4th house. 5th house is the house of children, love and romance, new investments, speculative business. And 4th house is the house of mother, homeland. So problems around the children, problems around love and romance, around home, around mother can be seen here. And conflicts, arguments, injuries, so be careful here. It's no time for having a pregnancy or planning pregnancy. This is for all the ascendants that have Mars retrograde in the 5th house. 5th house is pregnancy too. Capricorn, Mars will be retrograde in your 4th house and your 3rd house. 4th house, again, home, mother. 3rd house is communication. Be careful how you communicate. If you have your own business, which is home-based, this can cause problems with this business. It's not time for new investments. It's not time to start new things or to start compete with other industries or other companies. And then after Mars become direct in November, then you can go forward. And be careful what you are posting online. This can create a lot of issues. Aquarius people, Mars will be retrograde in your 3rd house and will pass through your 2nd house too. So be careful what you are speaking, how you communicate. Be careful with your siblings, and be careful with your savings, because there can be issue with family and savings and money and family values. Family values can create issues for you, or conflict. They can cause conflicts. And the last ascendant is Pisces. Pisces retrograde Mars will be in your 2nd house and 1st house. It is not time for big decisions regarding money, regarding family, regarding your life, and savings, of course. Be careful with your savings. Be careful what you're speaking, how do you speak, because 2nd house, of course, is the house of speaking and what are you eating. And the 1st house is very important, the house of your life, the house of your personality, the house of your body. Be careful not to have any injuries or some kind of problems with your health and body, and problems with your family. This is a simple and general explanation of retrograde Mars. Of course, as I told you, everything depends on your natal chart, depends on your dasha and the points Mars is giving into your chart. But generally speaking, this is the explanation. Most of the people may even not feel that Mars is retrograde. If you're not in the dasha, in the planetary period of Mars, I don't think you have to worry about too much about the retrogression of Mars. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. I hope you like it. If you have any questions, please leave a comment and I'll try to reply as soon as possible. Bye bye. Hey you beautiful YouTuber. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you like it. I want you to invite you to become part of the family of astrology coaching by Anatoly, and together like a big online family, we're going to make our dreams come true. We're going to change our lives thanks to astrology and spiritual coaching. New videos are coming every week. This is just the beginning. So we are going to make our dreams come true, and like the lotus flower, we will rise from the mud of our pain and we will blossom in happiness and fulfillment. Thank you for watching and see you soon.